multi-twitch instead of the Twitch. It's kind of weird hearing myself echo over and over.
Oh, that must have been what. That's what it was. That's what it was. And they've started. And I think
we're ready to go.
Everyone can hear us now. Hey everybody, how's it going?
Excited for some more entrance randomizer. I'm Ak. I'll be trying my best to keep up. I can barely keep up with these playing one screen, let alone watching two.
Hey, I commentated that match. You did a great job.
You did a great job commentating, actually. I meant to give you a compliment. You said nothing but nice things to me, so that's all I ask. Alright. Edge has immediately found Ganon, which is in the useless fairy drop-down location, and I believe Schwarz will be following shortly behind.
Yep. I missed a few seconds there, but did they get anything significant from?
I think it was just an arrow upgrade, and looks like 50 rubies.
Oh, okay. It's
early. I don't even know how he pulled that off.
I was like, what is he doing? That was amazing.
He must have, I guess, wrapped the screen on that drop down. Yeah. Which is very bold of him, because if he didn't do it correctly, then, well, he's fighting Ganon.
He would have been stuck in, yeah, he would have had to save and quit out.
Been going for the Triforce a little early.
And you got a heart container there.
It's always good to find early. Some sort of survivability in case you have to run into an early spiral cave and face tank your whole way through.
Yep.
Ooh, this is an excellent spot to have Uncle, because it almost eliminates Aga 1, I think, if not completely. Unless for some reason you need to use it to get to the Dark World.
Right, which spot did he drop into it? I was looking at...
He dropped into Lumberjack, so
nice,
that's
nice.
nice.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yes. That's always happy to see, because it's a really low percentage chance that Aga 1's going to be required now.
Yeah.
And this is nice too that both the multi-Twitch have trackers. Last one we only had one tracker for one person, so it was a little tough to follow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess we should note that we are watching a multi-Twitch, so hopefully we're not saying everything and then everybody's seeing it later.
1 second after it happens.
Or way ahead of us, I don't know.
We're actually just really good at predicting the future, if that's the case.
Yes,
we just know what's gonna happen.
We're just cheating.
Oh, Blind's Hut not really paying off. 5 items of garbage. Apparently he's checked off the hammer though. I don't know if I missed that.
You know what, I saw him grab it, and then it has already left my brain. It might have been one of the spots in Blind's Hut.
Maybe it was the one in the bomb. Maybe I missed that one.
We'll see now if...
It was!
Yes. Yeah. I remember seeing the hammer and thinking, oh, the hammer, and then it just immediately left my brain for some reason.
It's not really that important of an item.
No, not at all. It's not as if it's impossible for the hammer to not be required. Actually, I don't know if Entrance Shuffle changes that or not, but I know in regular randomizer, you're never gonna have the hammer's always required.
I mean, that's a really good point. I think it would be pretty difficult still, if not even more difficult, to be honest, just because you could have extra things being locked by the hammer opposed to less.
Yeah. Were you just reading chat?
No, I wasn't just reading that hilarious message that someone said about me. Ooh. Oh, okay, he's just opting to go in the back way opposed to skipping it all together, which is actually really smart. I don't even know if I would have thought about doing that.
Yeah, I've seen. I saw some. I saw someone do that in one of the other matches and thought, oh, that's really clever because you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, and get the 3 drop downs and turtles, and you just go right to the items.
Especially when you have nothing to block, delete, or skip the blocks.
Yes. And Swar's doing the opposite, taking the long way around.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't even know if I would have considered that, though. I would have just been so excited to find items. I would have hopped right in there and done
Yeah.
what Swar's did. Absolutely. There's the library only having a bomb thing, so it's nice to not have to remember that location for later.
Yeah.
Because we all know that the boots are in Ganon's tower.
Of course.
Early prediction. Boots, bow, glove. It's all there. Sorry to spoil it. The only thing that won't be there is the lamp, but that's just because that item was taken away from the game.
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore. Who needs the lamp?
Yeah, this is all pretty standard so far. You always want to, I mean, there's so many entrances in Kakariko, so you have no idea what you're going to stumble upon.
Yeah.
And you'll always have that one guaranteed item in the back of the bar.
Welcome to Shoptown.
You know, it took me a while to realize why that item was guaranteed. Someone had mentioned it to me and it made perfect sense. You know why, right?
I have no idea.
It makes perfect sense once you think about it.
I was about to ask, and then you started explaining. So.
It's always a room there because if you think about it, that's the only cave that you enter in through the back. So it's very hard to replicate that in any other situation. So they just always have it be that cave.
That makes sense. And we've got the dam unlocked.
Finding the dam is really early. I mean, not only if you had the items to do Swamp Palace, that's nice, but he actually hasn't even checked Swamp Palace in the Light World or the actual dam, so you won't run across having to forget that item, which is, I think, one of the very easily forgettable items in the Entrance Randomizer.
Yeah, I imagine it would be very easy to skip over because you wouldn't. It's one of those things that you wouldn't think to go back to. You don't get that opportunity added to actually get the item.
Yeah, it's always taken for granted because you always open the dam, and then when you leave, the item's right there. You just make the decision whether you want to grab it or not. Yes, opening the water is going to be permanent in this, so in theory, you could definitely have some seeds where you don't need the mirror.
Still not finding a lot though. This is it's a bit of a slow start for item drops. I mean that hammer's big, but I mean we're almost done with Kakariko now. Oh, but we have Kakariko Well, so
that's great to find too. To just go ahead and knock it out, and again, less things you have to remember, the better, I think. Nothing good so far, but you know, at least you got some spending cash. They both seem to be pretty healthy on bombs.
Moon Pearl.
All right, Moon Pearl's pretty big. That's a great item to get.
Oh, yeah.
I suppose at this point, not finding that glove yet, every location that they check that they don't find the glove slowly brings the Aghanim required seed back to life. But I'd still say it's pretty low.
Especially since we don't even know where Hyrule Castle is at this point.
That's true. Hyrule Castle would probably almost have to be vanilla.
Would Aga...
Actually, it would.
Would Aga seeds... Are Aga seeds just in general less likely in Entrance Randomizer? I've never really considered it before, but there's so much more opportunity for it to have to sort out not doing that, you know.
That's a good question. I haven't really thought about it. It gives you a lot of interesting options because the lumberjack can be blocking any of the drop downs, which could be the Kakariko Well, which is 4 items, and just having that possibility, I suppose, could make it more likely. But then it also has the possibility to be blocking nothing.
Yeah.
Which is what we saw in this case. Wow, it almost looked like he was pushing that red guard.
He did kind of just moving
Excuse
back.
me, I need
pace.
to go this way.
And we've got what's usually the secret entrance drop down.
Which is the lumberjack item.
The lumberjack.
5 rupees.
And I guess we'll see Hyrule Castle in a moment.
Yeah. This would most definitely have to be actual Hyrule Castle to have an Aghanim Dream.
Okay, we might be about 1.5 seconds ahead, apparently. The chat is informing me. We've got Desert Palace.
I'll just try to say everything I'm thinking 1.5 seconds later.
Just pause for a moment,
yeah.
and then
when they find something good, you'll hear me take a deep breath and I won't say anything, and then we'll go at it from there.
I know I get pretty into these. I might not be able to stop myself.
I won't be able to. I was just saying that piece, but I'm not even going to consider it. All right. Smithy was at the what I refer to as the Shield Cave. I don't know what else to refer to it as. And he did get 1 item out of Desert before he had to leave. But since he did get that 1 item, it means it is boot locked.
Yeah.
And defeating it's also Master Sword or Cape locked. Adds a whole new dynamic to it.
Yeah. Now the question is, how long until the boots?
Oh, I already told you where those are at.
right. That's true. You've already predicted that. G Tower.
Someone's suggesting we don't have sound right now. I suppose we could probably fix that.
Oh.
Actually, I could do commentary, and if you want, you can do sound effects for one of these streams that you see. So that would be very interesting. And also, when you're doing the sound effects, can you put a 1.5 second delay on it too, so it doesn't seem too ridiculous?
I think I would rather have the sound effects early. Just gonna add a whole new element. They have to try and guess what the sound effect was for, which is gonna be difficult because they're all gonna sound the same.
What was that? Oh, I guess that was a sword slash. Hey, go ahead and give me your best Ice Beam impressions, please.
Oh, God. I don't know if I even could make that noise.
I'm not even going to attempt it. If you want me to embarrass myself, just tune into my run that's on Monday.
Oh, God.
Sounds back. That's awesome. All right, we'll get to check what's in the Eastern slot now.
Oh, and it's Eastern. Right, delay. You were probably waiting to say that, weren't you?
No, I wasn't, actually.
Oh, okay. I got too excited. I can't. So.
That's all right. Doesn't have a bow. Doesn't have a lamp either. And he's also, at this point, missing quite a few of his hearts he might wish he had.
It's interesting, though. Assuming it doesn't take forever to find the bow and the boots, we've got, according to the tracker on...
Yeah, I see that as well. If it's 5 and
6.
Yeah.
That could mean
bow, boots, and then Master Sword or better, or Cape as well, and a fire source.
Oh. And there are those boots.
All right. This is the new Ganon's Tower. Don't make me a liar.
Oh, I thought.
Edge did find the boots.
So I think I lost Schwartz's stream for a second there, but we're all good.
Yeah, is this even randomized? What's going on?
And the blue cane.
Blue cane is nice to have. Especially if he, well, he doesn't have the bow, so I doubt he's gonna attempt to tackle that dark room.
Wow, using the hammer to navigate the dark room.
Oh yeah, that's actually really annoying.
That's fun.
It's one of those little things you tend to forget when you're in dark rooms is that you're not gonna have any sparklies if you don't have a sword.
Yeah, it didn't even occur to me. I'm just so used to. I always have the sword.
You can use the boots though. Sometimes I kind of like to do that. Yeah, just
the little smoke effect.
Dash around. Yeah, you will be able to see that. So I think that was 2 items in Eastern. So this will either be the compass or it'll be the last item.
Right.
Oh well, we're making a trip back.
Nice use of the cane there too for that.
Yeah.
For grabbing that pot. I don't think I've ever been in that situation, so it's just never occurred to me, even though it's very obvious.
Swords will be following suit and finding his boots as well. We'll be happy to find that. The boots can actually open up just a pinch more than the standard bonk locations. You can get the first chest in a hookshot cave.
Right.
And the logic will account that that is reachable with the boots. And then it allows you to do, you know, some other interesting things if you wanted to do some skips, like in Ganon's Tower to get to the Stalfos room. That's real handy. And not to mention, they make you go fast, and like this is a race, so the boots
Yeah.
are just handy overall. Still surprised to see no gloves though. I imagine they're going to be coming up on that rather quick, though.
They must be based on what we've been seeing so far. Again, I can't. Well, it wouldn't. I can't imagine we're on an Aga run. I guess anything's possible still, but.
Aga is not possible. You would need gloves to access him on either account at this point.
Right, that's true. Yes, because it would be if Hyrule is that desert, you would need the gloves. That's true.
Maybe he's at Total Rock. You need everything in the game. Like. That's good though. Don't have to worry about that. The less blue balls, the better, I think.
Yeah.
I do like that play from Edge to go check the ledge. I think the more information, the better.
Yeah, I didn't catch just then what was up there.
It was just a shield.
Just a shield.
Schwartz opting to get his compass without using the blue cane.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't see that yet, spoiler. Alright.
Always forget about those bonk rocks.
Yeah, I would. I don't think Edge did check that as well. What did he just get there?
Nice spot too. Oh, sorry, I was watching Schwartz.
Edge actually, he got the gloves, and Swarz got a sword.
Nice. So we will have Dark World access now.
Yeah, and hopefully Edge didn't not take note of that bonk rock, because I believe he's passed it a couple times now. But that makes it very disappointing that he didn't. Oh wait, hold on, I'm getting my players confused. The sword was at the bonk rocks, not the gloves.
Oh, and another glove there. Oh no, sorry, that was the glove that. Yeah. I got mixed up too.
Yeah, they're not both allowed to get progression items in different places at the same time. That's too much stress on my brain.
I was just saying that wouldn't confuse us horribly by any means.
But good for both of them finding the gloves before you come over here, because it makes backtracking just so painful. Opting to fake flipper too. Fake flipper gets really obnoxious because unless you know how to do the fake flipper back from the hobo, there's like quite a few spots you'd be interested in checking, but you can only do one of them. So you make the decision: do I come back 3 times and fake flipper, or do I just go check what's at hobo? Do I check what's in the cave? Do I go to Zora? I've almost
Schwartz
opted.
is.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say Schwartz is choosing to save and quit out there.
Yeah, I think sometimes sequence breaking gets a little difficult because you won't be able to figure out the flow of the game. But he just found powder, so that could really pay off, and it's also a wonderful safety item to have. Okay.
Oh, Ice Palace green. Fire blue pendant. Skullwoods red pendant. Gotta love a seed where all the pendants are Dark World.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter too much in entrance.
I guess in entrance shuffle, it's yeah. And we got the second glove.
Oh, that's fantastic. If you could only pair this with the mirror, he's basically got access to everything very efficiently in the overworld, which is really nice to have early. Oh, it looks like he did remember his bonk rock here. That's going to be very fortunate, so he'll get a sword. Swords is hanging out in the dark world here, going to do some gambling, and it pays off for him. Delay, spoiler, he got bombos.
delay. Maybe instead of your boot prediction for G Tower, maybe it's gonna be mirror.
Yeah. Maybe this is gonna be the fastest seed ever. Maybe Bai is developed a heart and is tired of torturing everybody, because I don't think anybody wants to play anymore. Everyone, you know, they're just like, I'm done. I can't deal with these crazy seeds anymore. It's not true at all. We've all loved them. Commentators, runners, viewers, think they've all really enjoyed it.
They've been great to watch. Chad always loves a trolley seed, let's be honest.
Yes. Who doesn't? Very sadistic of us to, you know, watch them get punished, but I can't say it's not enjoyable. Okay. He's just going up, cleaning up all the bonk rocks here, whereas Swerves looks to be wanting to check the pyramid. Finds a cave. That could be handy.
We're close to being able to get through Desert Palace now. Wait.
Yeah,
Actually,
we would just still need...
I don't think they need anything else, do they?
They do need a fire source.
Right. The torches at the end. Always gets you.
Ooh, that's a wonderful item to find. Ooh, there's the potion guy. So, Edge picking up his hook shot in Death Mountain, and the potion guy just moved to the Dark World, it looks
just
like.
Moved to the Dark World, yeah, that's interesting.
Hookshot's really nice though. That will, with the hammer, he can pick up all of the items in Ganon's tower except for the 4 locked by the cane.
Right.
And then if he had a fire source, he could actually finish it. And the bow.
Yes.
And the shields they're all hanging out in ledges today.
And Hookshot's also nice when you're already up on Death Mountain. You jump over to the right side if you don't have access otherwise. Although with entrance shuffle, that seems to be a lot easier to manage to get.
Yeah, it's typically a little bit more manageable.
Usually ends up being way over there, but still, you never know.
The hard part is usually getting up to the top for some reason. I don't know why. That just seems to be weighted to always have like the most ridiculous entrances. I mean, I think there's 2 entrances that make it impossible to access via just going into a cave, and that would be the old man entrance. Like if that one's connected up there, you wouldn't be able to get because you have to do the hop. There's the Spectacle Rock one. That's also a one-way. And then there's one other one. It came to me, but I had forgot.
Oh.
Take my word for it.
I believe you.
Chicken house in the old man's place. He's retired and become a chicken farmer.
Decent chicken clip there. That's always good to see.
Find him in the dark.
It's somewhere in the wall there.
Yeah, he's gonna have one less chicken when he goes back home. Ooh. How lucky for him to have just found his hook shot.
Oh, and Schwartz finds Pod in Thieves Town entrance.
Edge is being really thorough too. He's checking all of his entrances and exits before he's doing things. I'm really liking his style right now.
Schwartz gets zapped.
That was probably intentional. He doesn't have the mirror right now.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he can't mirror out. Yeah.
He'll go ahead and pop in the pod and see how much he can do. He doesn't have the bow, so he's going to be missing those 2 chests on the right. But spoiler, he may have just found an item.
And that item was ether.
Is that slow enough for you guys? Let us know.
I think that was enough time.
I won't shout out the item, but I'll just get really excited. I guess Edge also found a banana hat somewhere up in the mountain too, because he appears to be a different color.
Yes, the old man gave it to him.
All right.
He's saying delay before each item is enough time. Yeah, I mean, I should probably say it in our heads.
Okay, and yep, how's the oh, the Master Sword!
5 more items. We got oh, we got some flippers.
Oh, you said that way too quick.
I probably did, yeah.
This is great though. I mean, everything's getting opened up to him, and if he happens to run into Swamp Palace, if he can, if it happens to be on top of the mountain and he can find a way to get up there, he can most certainly full clear it.
I didn't. Did you catch where Schwartz ended up in Thieves Town? Where he entered that from?
I think that's Vanilla. I believe he
No.
was over in that area.
Pod is in the Thieves' Town entrance.
That's correct. Okay, so this... Where did he go?
I missed how he ended up in Thieves' Town.
You're absolutely right. How would he have gotten there so fast? Maybe this is Swamp Palace? That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, someone just said swamp.
It's like we're watching this with our eyes closed. How did we miss him going there? Ooh.
Well, there was a lot of excitement about the Master Sword and the flippers.
And the bow is just found in Spiral Cave.
Oh.
Which is very unfortunate for Schwarz because he was just in pod and he had to leave.
Yeah.
But he can still, well, ooh, he took a bad death there to the, unfortunate that this is in the Dark World. Those crickets are going to do 2 hearts of damage instead of half a heart and squeak at you.
And take, I forget how many hits with
2.
the Fighter Sword, but too many.
Yeah.
It's what it is. Too many.
Might be, is it 3 or 4 then with the Fighter Sword? Ugh.
Yeah, because I think it's 2 with Master Sword. Oh, and I think, Schwarz is low on health again.
Hey, you knew there was a heart over there in that pot. I did not know that. I know there's one up here in the hallway in the left, but it feels like Edge has been on Death Mountain forever, but he just keeps finding all of the good stuff here. He found the single entrance cave, which is a 5-item room.
Yeah, and I feel like with his, I mean, obviously things can change pretty quickly in this, but at least as much as Schwarz is getting a dungeon done with Edge's setup, he can very quickly start doing some dungeons that Schwarz has already had to leave.
Yes. It was definitely more efficient to go up the mountain and opposed to hunt dungeons, but I don't blame it either way. And sometimes you can just get a little complacent with checking everything, and then at the end of the day, you're like, all right, I've checked everything. Now I just have to go do 7 crystal dungeons, and
yeah,
that takes forever too. It's a little bit more thorough with the crickets this time. Do you have any prior predictions on who's going to win this match? I do believe, as far as the tournament bracket went, I do believe Schwarz was heavily favorited. I did pick him to win as well.
I actually did not have any predictions. I didn't even end up making any predictions. My schedule has I've had to squeeze doing this into my schedule. So otherwise I've been.
Oh, well, we appreciate it.
I've just been looking for when I'm doing this, and then otherwise by the time this started, I was like, oh, there was a prediction bracket. Okay.
If you're telling me there's more to life than Zelda Randomizer, I'm just gonna have to ask you to get out.
You know what? In my heart, there isn't. Unfortunately, other people don't seem to think so.
As long as your heart's in it, then yeah, I changed my opinion on you. You're an alright guy.
Oh, thanks.
Hoden gets some more overworld done. He's also not forgetting about the waterfall. I'd say that's another one of my top 10 easily forgettable locations, and it's looks vanilla if I recall. New vanilla.
Mm-hmm. I always mess that one up with the one that gives you bomb and arrow upgrades, so I'm always like, yeah, that's vanilla. Then I realize I'm thinking of the wrong cave, but.
Mushroom on the Zor ledge. And yeah, I think the only way I know how to tell them apart is in that one, like the chests kind of look like they were spaced out, kind of wonky. That fairy kind of has them a little bit more closer together, and those are kind of on the edges.
Right, right.
That one will also spam you too if you don't hug
if you
the
get too
walls.
close, yeah. Which I'm assuming they'll maybe do a change to. I don't know.
I think it's been adapted to really well.
And Edge just grabbed mushroom there, which
I think he might not have been in. He might have been actually at the. Yeah, he might have been in the Village of Outcast, the potion guy. I might have misspoke where I originally thought he was.
no, it was the Dark World potion. It was. How do you even say this? How do you phrase this? It was where the potion shop is, but in the Dark World.
Okay, it was there. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I got confused because Swartz just keeps teleporting on the map. I look away and he's just in a brand new location. But I guess he would have taken the whirlpool then to get over there that fast. That makes sense. If that's the case, though, I don't believe that Edge actually knows where the potion shop is. And Swartz has had enough of the pain in Thieves Town. He's been struggling. He's gonna lick his wounds and come back later. Sometimes that place is just terrible. Having to go through that hellway every time to hit the switch too is awful.
And it's interesting because just the other day I was talking about how I learned my lesson of just, do dungeons as soon as possible. But this exploration has really, really favored Edge in this race right now.
Yeah.
Which is, it's interesting to see that happen, because I feel like it is often, trying to get those dungeons done quickly has often been the better thing to do, but this is a good example of when that doesn't happen.
Definitely, most certainly, especially in the races yesterday. I'm not sure if you happened to catch them, but everyone
I couldn't watch any yesterday. It was the only day I didn't watch.
They were magnificent. I would definitely suggest going to watch those VODs. They were all just brutally entertaining, and you had no idea who was gonna win. It was always that one location that just slipped their minds for a half second. You were just on edge of who was going to find it first. And that's not a pun towards one of our runners' names.
Well, there is a fantastic pun about one of our runners' names in the chat right now, and I'm very happy. I couldn't have imagined how
I just looked over and saw it.
I couldn't have imagined how their usernames would have ended in puns, but good job. Thank you. Point for you.
Jim, your new goal is to make a pun on Swartz's name now. You have roughly an hour and 30 minutes to think of it. At this rate, though, might be a little bit less. As far as I've seen how the item layouts have been going, Edge has really been making the correct decisions.
Yeah.
Not that any decisions have been bad right now, but unfortunately some are right and some are wrong.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
This is exciting, though. We get to see what a new dungeon is. I always hope to see Ganon's Tower.
Me too. It's always exciting when that happens.
Ooh.
Oh, we've got the back end of
Skull Woods. It's pretty easy and quick to do, but unfortunately, I mean, not even guaranteed any items here, and it also is a pendant. Well, we got 20 rupees out of it.
I guess that's a fast enough item check, and it's not like you could even do the rest of the dungeon anyway, so it's...
And he wasn't going to backtrack either. You go in and save and quit out.
Yeah.
No reason not to leave something there that, might be worth your time. Not quite sure what that message means.
If Edge had bow and arrow, why is bow?
Yeah, I'm done with
Sorry,
that
Molly,
one.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Edge seems to be doing all right with Thieves Town, though. Oh, okay. That was with the tracker. I actually don't have that stream up currently.
Oh, right, because we're watching it. Yeah.
Looks like a spike cave. I think that was at, it was either at the, I think it was under the rocks by the purple chest guy. Either that or it was in the cave. He's definitely in that area, though. He's doing this with very low health.
Yeah.
But he had the blue potion.
And yeah, with Edge's setup, he should be fine here.
Just a piece of heart. So disappointing when that doesn't pay off when you do it so early. It's the greatest feeling in the world when it does.
Yeah.
Alright, Edge taking care of blind, no big deal. More heart containers. I guess that's good news that Schwarz didn't necessarily miss anything pivotal outside of, you know, the time he wasted being there and then having to backtrack to get his crystal.
Yeah.
There was the 2 full heart containers. I don't know if he made it to the big chest or not. Curious to see where Edge goes now. Okay, looks like he's going to the, no. He's changed his mind. Guess he'll check Hype Cave and maybe just head north from there. Not a bad play. That will also, if he does continue it all the way, we'll be able to see what that mushroom is.
And we're probably going to see Schwarz head up the mountain now.
Yes, that looks like a
which will
pretty powerful play. He'll be
get him all of his items that he's been missing.
Might be disappointing to him that he, you know, he's finding all these things he's gonna wish he had, but at this point he does have the knowledge of, you know, where he needs to take those items, whereas
That's
Edge
true.
still doesn't quite have that.
And I bet just as he saw even just that hook shot, he was realizing, I should have been here a while ago. I think that alone would be enough for you to say, why didn't I come here?
Yeah. I think the bow is going to be the real kicker there. Because he'll just be like, if I should have went up here, I could have knocked out Pod. You know, maybe I would have got something a little bit better, and then, you know, the Master Sword and all of that. That would have definitely would have made trekking through Thieves Town a little bit easier. And the blue mail. I think that bow was kind of hidden, though. I don't remember which cave that Edge found it in. It was definitely the last one he checked, and it looked like it might have been... I don't know, he wouldn't have gone to the top of the mountain, I don't think, because he never checked what was in Hera, so he wouldn't be able to access those drop-downs. Unless it was the one locked by the mitts, that's all I can think of.
Yeah, I don't recall. I mean, I remember it was...
Or if it was in the Dark World. I didn't... It might have actually... He might have went to the Dark World without me noticing. I actually think that was exactly what it was. Or maybe not. Well, we'll see. You're not allowed to miss a second entrance randomizer to know what's going on. I have to see what cave they entered and where it goes. And
there's a lot to follow.
Still a fire source.
Oh yeah, so Edge is heading up here, and he's going to also find Skullwoods and realize that he's not really in a position to do it. Despite having so many items. The one dungeon he doesn't want to find.
Yeah. He's like thinking Vanilla Pod, Ganon's Tower, but yeah, this one's just kind of like, you know what, I'll go get my 20 rupees and then I'll leave and maybe I'll think about coming back, but probably not. So as far as the dungeons they can access right now, we've seen them all except for the one that's in the Ice Palace slot. I don't think anyone has made the trip over there yet.
No.
And only Edge could make profit of it right now, considering he does have the Titans. Which I do believe were here in the mountain.
They were, yeah. Yeah. And I'm interested in seeing, since Edge didn't choose to save and quit out, I'm interested to see where he's rooting to next. Although I guess it was...
Oh, he's definitely, if he hasn't checked Pyramid yet, he's going to go up to Catfish and do all that.
Wasn't it Edge we saw do that? I believe it was Edge we saw do all of that, because he was the one who's...
No, that was Horrors. Edge was on the mountain.
Oh, right.
I didn't pay enough attention to see if he was meticulous enough to check all of his entrances there. The back portal. How many guys he had to get to... No, wait.
Oh, I think Edge might actually be running to check the potion shop item. Because I'm pretty sure he did check the other things around here.
He did, okay.
Yeah.
So he knew this was here? I didn't think he'd ever made it. It's just bombs. I could
Just
die.
bombs. Just bombs.
I could be wrong. Most of the time, like, the stuff I say makes no sense anyway, so... Don't ever, you know, be shy to just write me off and be like, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'd be like, you know what, he's probably right. It's no big deal here.
I mean, you're the one who's in the tournament.
That doesn't mean I know what I'm doing.
Although I guess you're right, he didn't check Catfish because he's about to. So
Yeah.
we were both wrong.
Okay.
And both right. So really, where does that put us?
It actually just means the only losers here is chat. And... I'm sorry, that just sucks.
Oh, rip commentary. We haven't seen Edge go to... Has he been in Village of Outcasts at all, though? Because I know
No.
Schwartz was there because that's where he found Pod.
I swear he hasn't been there, else, you know, he probably would have went in and completed Pod. I just don't remember him ever going up there. He was on the mountain for a really long time. Ooh, he's gonna opt to do Dark World Shopping Mall. I don't think we've seen this yet.
I'm so glad this is shopping mall now.
I needed a name for it. I don't know who came up with it, but I needed something to describe this area. It's really hard to explain.
I believe it was just during one of the races where every one of these entrances was a shop. Or it was in the light world, every entrance was a shop, and then in the dark world, it was fairy fountains. So it was the shopping mall and the spa.
Gotcha. I'm cool with that sticking. Jim noting, and I did mention this, again, I didn't see where it was, but he did not get his bow, which was from Spiral Cave, and it did take Edge a really long time to track down that specific entrance. It can be a little tricky in there sometimes. Yeah. That is something you have to be mindful of when you're going in. Like, look at your back entrances and know that, like, hey, if this back entrance is here, then the front entrance is here, and I need to track it down. It could be, you know, the one that's actually on top of the entrance to Death Mountain, which you could need a mirror to go
Right.
up there, or it could be the one that's actually on top of Death Mountain, which again would require the mirror, but you got to make sure to be thorough to not miss those, which unfortunately he's going to be upset he doesn't have that bow.
Yeah, I mean, he'll luck out if they're able to find the mirror somewhere, and then hopefully that will send him back to Death Mountain again. But it could be a sticky situation if he runs out of item locations to check, he doesn't know where to go, and it's that one.
And not having his Titan's mitts either bothers me just a pinch as well. I'm hoping he didn't pass those up on the mountain either, or if those were at a different location.
They were up on the mountain. I'm pretty sure of it. They were in the oh wait, maybe I'm misremembering. I thought they were in the mini Moldorm with the five.
Yeah, I think you're right, and that was definitely.
But he
that
was in
on the
there.
mountain.
But I
Oh,
saw
he
him
was?
in there. I saw him in there. Maybe if we get a pause menu, maybe we'll see. Maybe it was just missed, because I have also personally seen, I've had some lag on his stream, so maybe we
Oh,
just
maybe
missed
he
it.
just didn't. Yeah, I'm actually looking at his tracker too. So if he forgot to check it off, then
Oh,
blame him.
right. Oh,
Don't
right.
blame me.
Oh right, we're both looking at. Yeah, I'm looking at a tracker as well. That's yeah.
These are player trackers. I suppose I can pull up the actual stream. I'm not gonna do that. That'll probably just mess everything up. My computer will explode.
Instantly give up on that.
Oh, okay. It was in the back
Oh.
of Sanctuary.
Or it was down here, and we're both horrible.
I think it would have been better in his case to have it on the mountain. He did come back
Yeah.
to the mountain, and he doesn't have the flute, so maybe he is still going to be checking some entrances. Or maybe
yeah, here we go.
maybe it was in here. You needed the mitts. No. Okay. Ooh, he's going to the Dark World. I don't believe Spiral Cave was in the Dark World, but I don't believe Edge checked this. I don't remember him doing
Yeah,
Mimic
Mimic
Cave.
Cave. Well, if this is an important item drop, then we'll know for sure.
I'm sure he'll be back, but I don't believe he checked it. It's the big key over in pod. Always nice to have. Unfortunately, no lamp. Ooh, blocked. He has
Oh,
the
But
he
he
has the
wasn't
cave.
blocked.
He has the
Maybe he
cave,
wants to
and
check.
that was the back. He has the hook shot.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Oh no, and he saves and quit. He saved and
that's
quit out.
disappointing.
Oh, maybe he's remembering though, because he did go right into here, and when there was more to check, so maybe he's thinking he'll grab that after, possibly.
He hasn't given up on the mountain yet. That's the most important thing. If he gives up
Yeah.
on the mountain, I think that is really going to spell disaster. I think we're going to get to see how comfortable Edge is with dark rooms. Doesn't even have a fire rod to, you know, help
No, to light the
buffer
torch.
the
Yeah.
turtles, but he does have bombos. That's really helpful. Yeah, this is disappointing. Because he could have used his cape or hookshot to go up. He could have checked the cave that leaves you to the floating island. You could have seen what tablet he needs, and then all you got to do is just do a quick sword dash and try not to get bodied by the Lionels, and you're over here anyways. Frame brings up a good point. Anybody that's played this current logic doesn't have an issue with dark rooms.
Yeah.
Most certainly helped me out. I never
What
even
is
bothered
the
to do them. I used to stop and look for the lamp, but now you just can't ever find it, so what was the point? It's a brand new game. Okay, he's got his mushroom equipped. Looks like he's gonna go turn that in. Unfortunately, it's just gonna land him a couple bombs. Unfortunately, he doesn't have like a mirror or anything to make this really efficient.
Yeah, it'd be a lot faster, and he's not. Unfortunately, he's not. He's left the mountain without the bow.
Maybe he hasn't done anything in desert yet, but unfortunately, he's not gonna get too far.
Unless we have a light source in here. But that would be quite lucky.
Is that possible? I guess that's possible.
Oh yeah. It can be in the first part of this dungeon, yeah. Or there isn't anything in the second part, I guess, except for the mole or the land molus drop. So yeah.
I think this had already been checked for everything but land molas, though, so I don't think there is a light source here.
Did they?
I think Edge did when he had the boots. So they did get the boots relatively early. I think he did come back to look. But maybe he didn't, and I'm just making up stories in my head. We'll find out, though. And we'll actually find out 1.5 seconds faster than chat, so we even have that going for us.
I thought the only time we had seen it was when they came and saw that they didn't have boots, but maybe I'm wrong.
It looked like Edge did a save and quit out of the dark maze. I think he might have gotten a little lost. I don't blame him, but that's pretty unfortunate to pass up that opportunity, especially if he ends up going right back. Or if he just decided he had gotten... I don't remember him picking up the big chest. He was in a dark room. Why would you save and quit out there? Why wouldn't you just death warp? I'm not sure. Maybe he's just gonna go up and check the Skullwoods items.
It's always sad. The lamp can be a frustrating one to not have, especially when you have so much open to you, because you know it's supposed to be there. It's supposed to be there somewhere.
Okay, he was going backwards to try and get out, and then he left.
Oh,
okay. You know what? I'm not terribly upset with that play. I am a little curious how this is going to work out for Shores, though.
Oh, it seems like he does. Yeah, he doesn't seem to realize. And he's gonna need a way to light the torches.
Oh boy.
Oh, there we go. Oh no. Oh, I thought he remembered, but it almost looked like.
I'll just open the door, then leave.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. Oh, that's unfortunate. Nice little hand grab there for some teleport. I like it. I'm starting to be led that their next big progression might be whatever's in Ice Palace.
Yeah, that would make sense. Especially they were, if I recall, they were set up with flippers pretty early on, and and both gloves. So that was something that could be accessed pretty quickly as well.
Okay, there's the bomb guy. He's over hanging out in the Dark World Lumberjack. Don't ever forget to check what's in this cave, even if you don't like the item. This is not standard mode anymore. Swar's finding his 3 bombs, and probably a little disappointed by that. That was a long journey to check that item. Another location that's good not to forget would be the Dark World Sanctuary, except in this case it would have been alright to forget, but trust me, the time that you do forget it, it's gonna burn you.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's referred to as the Solsky Cave.
I also believe that Edge... I think Edge is the one that saw that Eastern Palace's vanilla? Or have they both seen that now? But either way, Edge is set up to do it whenever he wants, which I wasn't thinking about until just now.
Oh yeah, they both did clear it, and there is 1 item left in there. That's a very good point also. But yeah, they both went in there and did it, because that's where the boots were.
Yeah, right, yeah. I guess the item can't be the lamp, because there are dark rooms in there.
Yes. Okay. Dark World Shopping Mall. Get a nice manicure done while you're getting bombed on by birds.
Yeah.
Oh, these birds are the worst too. Can't think of how many times I've ooh, the flute. Where was he? The flute is there? Ooh.
Yeah, right in, Wait, why?
That's a little bit of an oversight again by Schwarz, I believe. I don't know.
I was
if
gonna
he
say,
checked that house.
I believe Schwartz was here, so I don't know why he wouldn't have seen that.
He most definitely was.
Why he
Pod
wouldn't
was
have
right
picked that
next
up.
door. They had the hammer. Ooch. So he's dragging the bow and the flute off locations that have just narrowly been missed. He was right there.
It definitely sucks to pick up the flute right in Village of Outcasts and not have the mirror.
Yeah.
to jump back and activate it.
It's right next door, and you can't tell me that this bird can't hear in the Dark World, because you kill Agatu, and don't tell me that that bird doesn't work in the Dark World. He plays us all for the fool. Still surprised none of them have checked out what that other dungeon is, but at the same time, they just had so much of the game opened up to them in a very short period of time, so I suppose it's pretty understandable.
Checked out which one?
Whatever's in Ice Palace.
Oh, whatever's in Ice Palace, right.
It's a little annoying too, because they want to check that stuff in the Dark World, but then, you know, you got to be in the Light World, and once you go to the Dark World in Ice Palace, you can't get back out because you're locked in forever.
Right.
Okay. I see a little save and quit action with the frog. I know the smith had been found. I don't recall where it was.
I don't remember either.
I have a pen in my hand as if I'm, you know, was attempting to take notes on what was going on, but I'd rather just be a fan here.
I'm not the expert note taker. I have written down where the dungeons are, so that's already more than I wrote down the last 2 times I did this. So
I appreciate it though.
I get too absorbed in what's happening.
Exactly. turning in his flute. I'm sure it's making that lovely noise though. I can't confirm it though because I have no sound.
And I have Schwartz's sound on, so I didn't get to hear the lovely song, but I'm sure I'll get to hear it eventually.
Hopefully. What was the other pendant? I mean, there's still a decent chance that that flute could theoretically not be plausible, required.
True, true. We might not need, the Meyer area might not have anything going for it. And we'll probably find that out soon, unless he's going to jump into Ice Palace.
Ooh, I like
right
this.
now.
Been wanting this all day. I want to know where we're looking for that Ganon's Tower. We want to see it.
Ganon's Tower with the mirror and the lantern and the fire rod. That's Tower of Hera.
Okay.
Oh right, chat spoilers. Spoiler warning.
Okay, there's this small key. Now all you do is, well, I guess if they don't find the big key in the next chest, they can, you know, harp at me later. Why were you telling me to go to Ice Palace? You ding dong. I couldn't even do anything there yet. Oh, and there it is. Oh, please, Edge, don't do this tower room.
Oh right.
I'm begging you, don't do it. Oh. It seems both of our runners are going to run into the same mistake of being spoiled by the fact that they did not have that fire source.
Oh no. There are certain things that you take for granted, you know.
Oh, especially at an hour.
It's so easy to forget, and especially those early things. I think, at least for me, no matter how much I do randomizer, the items that in vanilla you get in the light world, still I'll just, if it goes too long, I always think I have them. Because after enough time of playing, you think you have to have it, you know? I just got a nice little break there while he was defending.
Yeah.
While he had the iframes in the tower room, in the tile room. Oh, he changed his mind. He's going for the piece of heart. Schwartz almost left it.
Alright, so you have got 3 caves he can check, 4 that he can't, and then we'll see if he can do this dungeon over here in Meyer. Spoilers. He will be able to check what's in there. There's ether at Meyer.
Which they do have.
Any guess on what dungeon it'll be?
I mean, I'm still hoping for G Tower.
Is that your guess?
You know what? I'm gonna say that's my guess. I'm going for it.
It's disappointing because that's my guess, but now I have to change it. So
why'd you ask me first? You should have just guessed.
Maybe I'll just say it's Ice Palace. That way I can sit here and try to figure out how the hell they're going to progress any further. I don't think it could be. I don't think Meyer would be a really fun one. Like Vanilla Meyer, I would hate to see that if I was in their position.
Yeah. Oh, and it's ice.
No. He's got Bombos though. Okay. This is what punished everyone in the last the few runs that we saw last night. Is no one was willing to Bombos Ice Palace, and all of the progression was an Ice Palace, and it was like the last thing they considered or even wanted to do.
I guess they didn't play the version 23 weekly. I say the because there was only the one before the next version came out.
Yeah, I didn't play that one, but the backlash was...
It was my first weekly. Yay! was a fun time.
It's those things in Zelda that just make you better. You know, once you do it once, you feel like you could do it every time. It's not true though.
Well, I've been much better at Master Sword Ganon since then. Not Fighter Sword Cold Stare though.
Okay, well,
upgrade in Ice Palace. Little vanilla going on there.
Save and quit out. Was this because of magic?
Oh, maybe, yeah. But probably would have been enough time before he needed any more. That next little strip, the important thing is your bombs for that bomb jump. And there's a lot of rooms where you can pick some stuff up. Could be magic drops.
Well, he needed magic to access the chest from the freezers in the above the big chest room. Okay, so he had not gone back to check these items. Maybe he just figured this was the better play.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
we know it's not, but...
I really hope he doesn't go up to that room.
He did see in Tower of Hera that he didn't have a light source, so... Hopefully he remembers that.
That's again, it's one of those things you take for granted. You're like, if I can get over here, I could probably do it. I think it makes it so much worse with Randomizer too, is your brain is getting pulled in so many different directions that you forget a lot of the basic things. It's not necessarily that they don't know this, but you're finding yourself connecting dots in ways that you haven't before. He does recall though, so I think he'll be heading right back over to Ice Palace.
Oh, is that why everybody keeps saying "do it, Edge"? they're just hoping that he'll fall behind. Oh.
Not necessarily fall behind, but I suppose fall for the same fire trick gambit twice in a row. Okay, so he is going to do Eastern. That could be the next progression item that we're looking for. Swore is opting not to do Ice Palace. He did have everything he needed to do it. Okay, no, he's going back.
He's gonna check out the mine. Yeah.
Well, he was just there. Like, he legitimately was just in these locations, and then he saved and quit out, and then he came right back. But he's gonna go in there now, and I guess...
Oh, I think he saved and quit out, and then he realized that he could have actually gone further. Because I did see him do some little...
Yeah, he checked all the
dash mashing when he started back off in Link's house, which I think was just out of frustration from realizing he could have kept going.
Okay. All right. So he is going to commit to ice. Unfortunately, I think this might. If they just get a lamp from here, that's going to be really interesting.
If what? Sorry.
If it's just a lamp and that's your progression item here, that's going to be a little interesting.
For which? It can't be in Eastern.
In Ice Palace.
Oh, okay. I figured. I just wasn't sure. I was like.
My biggest concern for Schwarz is he's going to keep finding things that take him away from the bow.
Right.
Oh, this dark room is somewhat of a pain sometimes. They track you down, and they have arrows have a weird hitbox with them.
Oh, we got it though.
Okay, all right. There definitely was one item left to be had in Eastern. If I recall, the big key was the first item in ice, so there's 3 items left in there. I wasn't counting items in pod, but maybe Edge knows that Helmosaur doesn't have an item. And that's why he opted not to go mess around with the turtle room, which is
Right.
That's not even a bad play at all. Alright, let's see what the Armos Knights have with a 1.5 second delay.
20 rupees.
My sources tell me Helmosaur does have an item. That's really starting to make me consider that the lamp is going to be an Ice Palace. I suppose you could put the mirror in there as well, or book, but if I were to guess, I would say the lamp.
No problem, Chex. We're trying our best not to. The bomb strats.
Seems to work well. I've never actually tried doing it.
I haven't either. It looks awesome.
I like my spin slash method, but it's not too
not
viable with a Master Sword.
Yeah.
I can't believe it takes 2 Fire Rod shots to kill those things. That makes no sense to me. We got some hammer pegs. Don't recall if this had been checked or not.
And is Schwartz... Oh wait, he doesn't have a big key yet. Wow. I was like, is he opting to just go right for the boss? But he was just cutting around here. Just keep checking stuff.
Ice is kind of a silly dungeon to full clear, but if you're not comfortable with it, I suggest learning it if you're going to play Entrance Shuffle. It comes into play more often than it should. Alright, we're going to be delivering my lunchbox to Desert Man. ₹20 isn't a bad delivery fee. There was something in this. Was this where the cape was?
Oh, no.
No, this was a piece of heart.
Yeah, it was a piece of heart, I believe. Keep waiting for that moment that item to the inevitable item drop. Nice
the item you know is going to
change
appear.
Everything.
Wasn't that piece of heart? That's not getting us too excited.
Keep wondering, are we about to find the item?
There's a couple chests coming up. Small key.
Yeah. Gotta get through all those keys.
Big key. We wait longer. Looks like Lammo has a... Yeah, Lammo had an item as well. Magic Bat didn't have anything, if I recall.
almost out of stuff to check in Ice Palace.
Yeah, there's one item left, and I guess Cold Stare has it. Ice is also the green pendant.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll leave it to the powers that be that decide whether or not we've seen Sriracha around.
I don't remember seeing him.
And I've been told that there is no items in Ice Palace either. Swords needs to update his tracker. Help me out. I don't think that they ever did find a way up to the top of Death Mountain so they could check whatever was in Hera. Yeah, red mail, and he's got a cape too in case things get too terrible, which Cold Stare is looking to make that seem to be.
Nice spin where he hit all three of them there.
It was dangerous. These fluff balls get a little scary when they turn on their Navy SEALs seek and destroy AI on you, and you just can't even get around them.
I feel like that boss would be difficult even if there wasn't ice dropping from the ceiling, but no. We get both.
That's a good point. Maybe they could get to the top of the mountain right now. It's so hard to check whether or not that's the case.
Yeah, it's true, and they never did go through the
Yeah,
back of Bumper Cave, even though I believe it was Schwartz that was there, who was ready to. Could have gone.
Yeah, they both had options to do it. Well, we'll see what happens next. Yeah, Schwartz has not been to Hera yet. He's gonna be sorely disappointed when he gets his small key and blue rupee. I should stop guessing on what I think they were. There's no point.
No, that is what it was. That is exactly what it was.
Okay, well then I'm just the smartest person ever. Then I take it back.
Okay, well I don't know if that's the conclusion we can draw.
It's not. I was just like, why did I even try to remember what it was when there's no point? Just to make myself look dumb.
Hopefully he doesn't think. Oh, he's forgotten again that he does not.
Oh no!
Which, in his defense, he just did complete Ice Palace, which could easily trick you into thinking you have.
I can do Ice Palace. Are you telling me I can't melt these bricks of ice?
But I can't light these torches.
Light a stupid torch. Oh.
Gets a little break to think here.
I don't blame him. It's an hour and 24 minutes in, and you're telling me I can't light a torch?
There we go.
Oh, it hurts. Yeah, he was just taking a bathroom break. He knew he didn't. Sometimes you need to collect your bearings. Oh, they're back at Death Mountain. This is good because again, he still has not found the bow here, which.
Yeah.
I know it's here. I don't. Oh, here it is.
Oh, there we go. Now, based on what we know of what the bow gives him access to, then the other question is if he stays here and keeps checking some things he didn't check before, or if he just decides to instantly go to dungeons that we know aren't really going to end up giving him
Well, it's
much, except for getting them done, which is important, but like we know there's got to be some more stuff up here that they haven't found at this point.
We don't necessarily know that there's not a progression item in Pod, but
Oh, that's true because Edge did not.
it's that progression item is still locked by the lamp, which we still haven't found. Therefore, like, there is still things to be said as far as, you know, the logic goes that we're currently missing. And it's actually bothering me right now that I cannot think what that is.
Based on the races that we've seen in this tournament in particular, I wouldn't be surprised if we just never find the lamp. Because that seems to always be the case.
I'm slightly worried that perhaps maybe they didn't be thorough with the caves that are in south of Pod, but I can't confirm that. There's the option that they couldn't get to the top of the mountain when they actually could. Like, Pod could have an item, but technically it's not supposed to be there, or it doesn't have to be there.
Did Short see that? Oh yeah, he knows that Eastern Palace is Eastern Palace. I'm surprised he didn't jump in to finish it. But maybe he's thinking he wants to find that lamp. And he knows it wouldn't be in there. Oh no, wait, he's going back now. Oh, he didn't have the mirror. He was in Dark World. He couldn't just switch back.
Yes.
Yeah. I get. See, I'm doing it too.
He may have accidentally forgot which side that it was on. No, this is progress, you know, as far as getting a crystal is concerned. Oh, he found a way up the top of the mountain.
Nice. And we haven't seen the inside of Tower of Hera. Well, we've seen the inside, quote unquote. You know what I mean.
Yes.
Swamp.
Okay, yeah, that's a fantastic dungeon to find.
Oh yeah, and they're all set for this one, and a lot of potential items.
Minochi did call it the way to get up to the top of the mountain was the 7 chest room. It has 3 exits.
Right.
And you don't necessarily think about them. You always forget about that. I guess it was probably the one with the pushable block, because that's a weird one that you would never go in. Like, you would be coming into it with the mirror, else you would never be exiting from that one. Unless you fell down or didn't bomb jump.
I'm sorry, Psycho Volcano. I'm trying not to do it.
What spoiler? Oh, Swamp?
I said what Swamp was, and he definitely wasn't in there yet. on the stream.
Okay, in 5 seconds, we're just gonna scream fire rod, okay? They'll never know. Swamp not paying off anything yet. Remembers not to flood his key. That's always wise.
Yeah.
I could definitely count like how many times I've done that, you know, by the fingers on my hand if I had about 30 hands.
And to answer the delay question, Psycho, there isn't the same kind of setup where we're able to watch it at exactly the same time. But if we were watching the restream on the channel, then we would probably be saying everything way too late. So we're watching the multi-Twitch. So we kind of have, we're just a tiny bit ahead, unfortunately. We're trying our best to delay when we say things.
And see, we could take the option to see it just, you know, a little bit later than you guys as well, but we're also really greedy and we want to see it, you know, fast.
We want to see it.
Yeah, this is obviously the right decision by us.
This is the Twitch equivalent of like front row seats.
Backstage pass to entrance randomizer, which I still don't know what's going on, but I'm trying my best. Hey, there was a something in that chest. It was red.
Is that what I think that was? Oh, it isn't actually.
That was a wonderful item to get that does nothing for them.
Out of the corner of my eye, I thought it was the fire rod.
It was a rod, but
rod,
unfortunately
yeah.
the wrong kind.
And they still need it.
They do need that ice rod. It's good to have, but at the same time, when you're like, can I have something to light a torch? I don't think throwing ice at it would be a
No.
wise move. Have you worked on your ice rod sound effect impression, though?
I haven't even thought about it, not gonna lie. That left my brain the moment we changed topics. You know, I can't, now that you've asked me that, like when you asked me that earlier, now I can't even imagine what it sounds like anymore for some reason. So, I'll have to hear it first.
Total Rock is definitely not a pendant. Your pendants are going to be Skullwoods, Ice Palace, and Misery Mire. Which is actually really interesting. If we happen to stumble across Misery Mire in any way, shape, form, or fashion, we immediately know that Ganon's Tower is going to be in its vanilla location.
Right.
So I guess meaning if Misery Mire is in the Skullwood slot, then yep, that would be Ganon's Tower is vanilla. Else you're gonna have a big giant Ganon's Tower and a little tiny skull. Doesn't quite make sense to me.
See, I like seeing that because the skull is so creepy, and then you go in and it's, you know.
Yeah, but having them reversed, you know, tell me how Skull Woods fits inside that giant tower. So we've just seen
there's just a lot of rooms you can't get to.
We've got those, you know, high ceilings.
Right, like the part that we can't really see. That makes sense.
It'd be even more funny if, like, the overhead camera was just so far zoomed out. Yeah, well, hopefully we have an item from Argus here, else, you know, this journey to grab another pendant was nice, but, you know, it's not really paying off much. My guess, I'm still guessing the torch, man. I really am. Maybe the fire rod. I guess torch. Then maybe we'll have the fire rod from Helmosaur King. Oh, that's... No, Turtle Rock isn't open yet. They don't... Or, the area is open, so that could be Hyrule Castle, so we definitely still have a spot to check. Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, like the entrances they could get into. Did we see what... I don't know if we saw what medallion they need, did we?
Oh, there's the game. Excuse me, there's an item. It was, oh my god, it's the Cane!
Ah, Cane! Woo! It's just difficult not to say it right when it happens.
Are you kidding me? I've been on the edge of my seat for so long now.
It's so exciting. Oh, so maybe he will run over.
He absolutely will.
Check out
especially
Turtle
getting the key. Forgive me, but I even wrote it off of my brain. Considering this location has been available to us for a very long time, but we just didn't quite figure out how.
Now you're in this position. What do you think you are hoping more it will be? Are you hoping it's going to be Turtle Rock?
You know, I don't.
Shuffled and it'll be Hyrule Castle.
It doesn't matter too much to me at this point. I think at this point, it's tough to say. If I was confident that I hadn't made any mistakes in my play at this point, I wouldn't care what it was because I know I would be finding something. If I wasn't confident in my play, I'm probably hoping for Hyrule Castle. But at this point, I'm just following the trail of breadcrumbs. That's what I'm thinking.
I almost said it too early. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and we have Hyrule Castle.
Turtle Rock! Oh, Hyrule Castle!
I almost said it right away. And then I was like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, I think if I had felt like I had checked everything, I would be wanting Turtle Rock, I guess, just to not. Well, there's so many intangibles to come into play.
I can see the logic of either way. You could get Turtle Rock and hope that you're gonna get the Fire Rod, and so while you're there, you can even finish it.
Yes.
But then I can also see, I mean, Hyrule Castle.
Easy items.
It's quick, easy items. Hopefully with that lantern somewhere. Although with Hyrule Castle, you wouldn't be too worried about that.
The other thing I'd be thinking about is, please God, give me the mirror right now.
Yes.
I do not want to have to remember to go check Mimic Cave.
To go check Mimic Cave, yeah.
Okay. Seriously though, the lamp has to be popping in now. I refuse to believe that this chest will not be the lamp, and this is no spoiler.
You're just gonna leave if it's not.
Okay.
I mean, close enough.
Fire Rod!
It was the next best thing. So there's that. Can you deal with that result, or are you out of here?
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had already done it. I'm a little disappointed he didn't go back and check the chest and escape. Even though at this point, it could be the book, and that's probably the only item that it could be relevant for its progression. It could have been the book, silver arrows. I guess the mirror could have been back there actually too. Okay, we'll see what Helmosaur has with a.
Those are some fast arrows. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's just pop. I don't think I've ever seen someone shoot arrows so quickly.
I can go ahead and tell you that silver arrows will not be in the back of Escape. Because Helmosaur King had them.
That was very fitting. It's almost like his reward for his amazing archery there was the silver arrow. It was very appropriate.
Alright, now everything is opening up to him. Edge having a significant advantage now, not only knowing that he was able to get up the mountain, but also that being where the progression seemingly was. So, smart move coming over here to Hera. That's probably where your next breadcrumb is. Either that, or you also have Landmola too, which that will also open up the bomb guy as well. He was at. Oh god, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, you can definitely do the bomb guy. They have the flute.
He was in. The bomb shop was the lumberjacks, but in the Dark World. right? The Dark World side of where the lumberjack cut is.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Apparently, I'm getting better at remembering things. I never would have remembered that.
I knew it was there. I
Normally.
couldn't remember if it was in the light world or the dark world. And without the mirror, that is a lovely walk.
Yeah, true.
That is basically like maybe the most farthest away cave you could put that.
And I guess we know now that Turtle Rock is in Desert Palace.
Yes. Oh, you can also go over and check what's in Skull Woods too, which is either going to be Mire or Ganon's Tower.
Right.
I would rather have it be a useless Mire because I want to see the bomb walk of like all bomb walks. I think the one cave that would be further away that you could actually do it without the mirror would be just Dark World Sanctuary. I think that's it. And maybe that's even considered to be a little bit closer. Actually, you can swim with the bomb. I forget about that. You can swim and you can hook shot across, so you can take that other way. Either way, it's silly.
Oh, you can swim with it?
You can actually swim with the bomb, I think.
I didn't know that.
No, maybe you can't. Just kidding, because that's jumping off a ledge. You can swim with the lunchbox. It floats.
Okay. Gotcha. That makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to actually talk about what we can do with the bomb anymore. Now that I think about, I have no idea. I give up.
I didn't know, so. Oh, please get that fairy. Okay. I was getting nervous there.
Oh, I guess, yeah, a mirror is the go mode item.
Yeah, or the book. Could they do everything without the mirror right now if they just had the book to get into Turtle Rock?
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess one or the other and they're set. Assuming they are comfortable with all the dark rooms that they'll have to do if they don't get the lamp.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, actually very conceivable that Mire could actually be at Skull Woods. Hear me out. Mire's at Skull Woods. Mirror is at the pedestal.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
It's possible.
Wow. I mean, it's entirely possible. I don't wish that upon them. But there's that small part of me that does. So now that you've mentioned it.
Yeah, this will be interesting because Skull Woods is the other pendant, and they've done it, or they can do it.
They know where it is, yeah.
So we'll get to see what it is. They're really not missing that many items. If they were missing a lot of items right now, I would just go ahead and argue that whatever this is going to be Ganon's Tower, but when you're dragging only like one item for go mode, I mean, doesn't really matter. Could be anything.
Yeah.
And if you stick the book in Ganon's Tower as well, it's a blind pedestal. Those are always fun. I hate them. If I would have just known it was there, it would have been fine. So I'm hoping for Mire. I'll let you keep your Ganon's Tower guess.
Maybe we should just wait for chat to react to things.
Yeah.
Like, we saw that. We saw that totally.
Chat,
Sure.
we got our eyes closed. Tell us what dungeon it is. And by tell us, I mean verbally tell us, because our eyes are closed.
I was gonna say, how are we reading chat? But it's okay. They know now. It's Gen's Tower. Oh, and yeah.
And there's
and
the
that was-
mirrors,
oh, and
so we are considered go mode. He just needs his big key, and he is done.
Yeah. First thing he went for. Did he even go right side?
Nah.
This is literally the first.
I don't know actually.
I don't think he went right side. First item he grabs.
By the way, I did actually hear you trying to delay what he picked up there, and I was not for it at all.
I know, I saw. Or heard, rather. You know what I mean.
He's looking at his items. Does he know right now that he can just go? I would be flabbergasted. I mean, I didn't quite piece together that he's go mode yet.
I think he's thinking about it.
I think
he's thinking, like, is this it?
what might be holding him back right now
he
is
is
the
still
fact that
checking.
he has no silvers and Master Sword.
Right.
And I would consider, if I was in this position, I'd keep checking chest. At least check that rando room of dreams, you know, that has every item in the game in it always.
I mean, I don't have the level of comfort with dark rooms that it seems like everyone in this tournament has. So I would be looking for that. But, you know.
He doesn't know that he's going to stumble across silvers before he's going to fight Ganon. But we have the luxury of knowing that.
Yeah. Although, actually, you know what, at this point, I probably wouldn't be worried about the lamp anymore. Oh, well.
There's his sword. Hey, there's your...
And there's the lantern anyway, so never mind everything I'm saying.
Don't tell me to calm down. This is getting excited. I can't delay anymore.
Did I tell you to calm down?
No, but chat wants me to, and I'm tired of being a caged animal. I'm ready to enjoy this.
I didn't see chat say that either.
I didn't either. I'm just making up stuff in my head.
Everyone's out to get you, Adam.
Yeah. I'm brutally concerned for Schwarz, though.
And he doesn't even know. Edge doesn't even realize yet how smooth of a go mode he's in, because he's gonna get those silvers along the way.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Which is a really nice spot for them. Also, I realized we didn't bring up any sort of big key guess in Chi Tower. I apologize to chat, but I hope, since you've also been watching this race, you understand.
That big key is so irrelevant at this point. You can't be doing big key guesses when, like, 99% of the time you're in G Tower, you're not even in go mode. Like, what chest is going to be the go mode in G Tower? I was thinking 7, 13, 4, and 20. Bow, lamp, hookshot, and mirror.
It's still a fun little game.
I think the best game to get to. I'm trying to get it to catch on, but you know, maybe it's really not that intriguing of an idea. But I think we need to start guessing on which drop-down room Ganon's in at the start of races.
True, although that can end before we even think about it. My brain wasn't even in this yet when they found Ganon.
That's true.
My brain was still starting.
Get your guess. Okay, guess number 1. Escape.
Never mind.
Well, I'm happy for the opportunity to, be able to commentate and watch these runs because I think everyone I still watch, it's a learning experience.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, from my perspective, it definitely is because I've not done a lot of entrance shuffle, so...
It's the new way to play. Once you start doing that, you never want to go back. It's,
It's a lot of fun. This mode looks like a lot of fun. I've played Madness, and I'm still recovering.
Are you talking about the one that decouples the back exits?
Just where everything is a mess, yeah. And I didn't realize that was not the only option. So I was like, how do people do this? I have to write everything down.
Don't even write stuff down. Just go in and out of a door until you win the game. Same door too.
Just keep walking.
Yeah, just
hoping you'll run into the right thing.
Up, down. That's how you win Madness modes.
Madness entrance shuffle world record, 10 hours.
Oh, really? We've really perfected the strategy to that then.
Only 10 hours? What?
It was actually a new record set on Entrance Shuffle today by Ben.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was a 141.
Nice.
I couldn't confirm it though, so therefore I will assume he cheated.
Of course.
Oh, Schwarz. It hurts. But that's the tricky part of it. And both of them were fooled by it too. I think that's been the most interesting thing, is like the things that were forgotten by both people. And it's stuff that they know. But like, what are the odds that they both just happen to forget that one place?
I don't know, maybe it's maybe there's legitimately some psychological thing to that. It's just something about these that no matter how well you know it, you're gonna, depending on the seed, you're gonna forget the same things somehow.
Bai poisons the water before he gets us. And these seeds are actually really straightforward, but he just gets us thinking all topsy-turvy.
Yeah. Gotta make this a good tournament. Smiley face in chat. Yeah, we're on to you.
All right. Chat, we'll fast forward their stream 2 hours. We're on the Aga2 fight on Edge's side. He seems to be doing all right. I'd like to say that he just killed Aga2, but I'm not going to, because that would be a spoiler.
Wait a second.
He killed Aga2.
I think you might have said a lot of that out loud and not in your head.
You guys could hear that? I wonder if he's going to go in this cave here. If I recall, I think this is the fairy drop down. I don't remember seeing it.
Oh, it's the
Nope, I was just kidding. We must have seen it.
I always say it wrong. The Thieves' Den.
Thieves' Hut. Thieves' Den. Yeah, Thieves' Drop. Forest Drop. That's what I write in my notes.
All of those. You just gave 4 names for it. You write all of that down.
If I showed you the stuff I wrote down, you would be like, "How?"
This is very time efficient. Oh, this is the Thieves' Den Hut Forest Drop.
You would be wondering how I tie my own shoes if you saw the stuff I write down. It literally makes no sense. I go back and I look at it and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense to me at all. But in the moment, I remember it.
think Schwartz might be a little stuck.
Yeah, he's gonna have a tough
He's-
time progressing until he figures out his way to get on top of the mountain.
Right. Which he does seem to be thinking about. Meanwhile, Edge is probably...
He's just gotta clean up his crystals. Like,
He's probably on a pretty... He's got a pretty straightforward route to go, it seems.
yeah, he's got quite a few of them left though. He's got to go Pod, Desert Palace. He's doing right now, and then Turtle Rock, and then Ganon. I guess that's really nice that you got go mode when you still needed to do 4 crystals, but
Yeah.
sure he wanted to have it a little quicker, and I mean, I know deep down inside he cannot be that comfortable with his position right now, knowing that he left the seed wide open. Okay, Swerve's finding his way up the mountain, so he'll be able to progress with the seed.
He had some more frustration dashing there.
I can only imagine.
I really enjoy that. It actually looks like Link is throwing a fit. What?
I mean, I'd be thrilled because at least I didn't have to, at this point, wasn't looking like I needed to forfeit, but at the same time, it's a terrible feeling too, knowing that you've, again, just left everything behind.
Yeah. And now I forget all of what happened here. He's gonna find his ice rod.
Yes.
What else did this set up for us?
Another... actually, just the ice rod. Just the ice rod. Then you kill Argus, and then you hop over to...
Oh, to Hyrule Castle.
Yes, and then the chest that I said was 100% guaranteed to have the lamp will have the fire rod in it.
We'll have the fire rod, right.
And then you just move forward from there. You go hop over to Ganon's tower, you get your mirror, you get your big key, and if you want to go a little further, you get Tempered Sword, but that was the flow of it. As far as item chain goes, or region chain, the level of complexity in the seed, I'm not sure this one was really that high.
No, it was just the...
If I were to guess, I would say it was maybe like 8 or 9. And Essenby will have to be the one to let me know that I'm brutally wrong.
It definitely sounds right, though. It was just the fact that, again, even early on, it was everything they checked.
And
Wasn't giving them progression.
Entrant Shuffle just, again, claiming some more victims to its complexity. Chat's talking about that awesome hula hand rune at the beginning.
Right, yeah.
I've seen it done. I know how, to do it. Someone's explained to me how to do it. I can't do it.
I've never seen it done in this. I think that's the part that really threw me off. I was like, well, what? Why? Why? But I mean, it got all those rupees. It just
really interesting. If
never seen
somehow
them do it in Randomizer.
If that was in the shuffle
awesome.
somehow, and it's like, oh, you're outside of Ganon, or here's the Triforce. We had to put you somewhere. I think that's a trick that they mentioned they can't. I don't know if they could add that into Entrant Shuffle, that room itself. I'm not 100% certain on that though. Cleaning
also,
up.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Cleaning up Helmosaur. He'll be very happy with the reward he finds from that. What were you saying though?
Oh, I was just noting a question in chat, but someone answered it anyway. So.
Ah. Oh, about the key.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if the entrance shuffle made any difference on that, but I would assume they would have already taken that into account a long time ago when making this.
I will painfully admit that my first entrance shuffle, I did drown a key, and I basically just thought it was over. Ooh, the best part too, Swamp Palace was in the Eastern Palace slot. So what I did, instead of exiting the screen, I felt like it would just be quicker to go into Sashrala's hut. And then I went back. That does not drain the water.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I just complained that it was
I guess you need a screen transition specifically?
Yeah, it has to be an actual transition, so...
And that's a huge... That's one gigantic screen.
I know.
For Palace area, that's
why I just like, I'll just go over here. It didn't work. And then I thought it might have been broken. I didn't know. I'd never played these before. I complained about it, I think. Okay, he's opting to do the, well, I guess he doesn't have a choice here. He doesn't have the book. So, he's going to do Turtle Rock backwards. Because there's no book. Ooh.
How does...
Could you make the book still... You could actually... Okay, hear me out again.
Okay.
Could the book technically still be required just to get to the front of this? If that's where the big key is.
Oh, I guess, yeah, if he's checked everything and he doesn't get a key, he didn't get a key.
Chat's actually already
oh, there's no need
ruined my dream, you know.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, that's true. You can right. You just stand on the path that goes into Mire, and yeah. I always forget about that, even though I do remember to do it. So I'm sure one day I'll actually forget about it.
I've been learning so much about how Turtle Rock works in this. Like, I'm so brutally lucky that like I haven't been burnt by it. And the logic definitely does play into account its specific location, because I mean I've seen the big key on the laser bridge because Turtle Rock was in Hyrule Castle.
Right. It's really cool. It's cool that the options that this adds to the randomization with things like that, because I think now, again, just in this tournament alone, we've seen Turtle Rock done backwards, forwards, sideways. It's just in just this first week, in this first round.
Yeah, you have to mirror to the front of the entrance. I'm not gonna give you a book, but we'll give you a mirror. It drives me crazy too that you actually can't mirror to the laser bridge because you can't reach that right head. I tried like all different angles, but I couldn't get it to work.
Now we can portal again from the other way.
Yeah.
And now
Alright,
back.
now go, yeah.
Avoid as much of that dungeon as possible. It's nice, he doesn't have to go through most of it.
He just had to go.
I guess he's already had to check almost all of it, but now he doesn't have to walk back through it again.
It makes sense. You sneak in the front door, you know, and stick your hand through the mail slot to grab the key that opens the side door, the side patio door. It makes sense. Oh, it would have been way cooler if you needed the book to get there. Back to Ganon's tower. He's got his big key and knows he has the extra key, so he doesn't have to worry about the laser bridge.
Exactly.
Tempered swords, silvers. I'd be feeling pretty confident going into Ganon.
Yeah, there's definitely at this point there's no doubt of this being go mode. He even got that lamp, which I probably didn't even need.
Oh, thanks for the lamp for the one dark room.
And the ones in pod. Although I'm told that the basement ones are quite easy. They're not to me, but
anyone that says they're easy,
I can see
liar.
Why they are. They're very straightforward rooms, but I mean that room with all the turtles, I don't even know. I guess you have the fire rod, you can light the torch, but you have to find the torches.
Yeah, and then they block you, and they all just induce panic. I mean, yeah, you got them just search and destroy on you, and then the one in Mire where you have to put the cane. I mean, there's a good setup for it, but at the same time, like, it's stressful because you have those stupid fireballs shooting you and moving you out of place, and you're dying while you're down there. You can't see anything. No one wants to die in the dark. It's tough.
Oh, Edge tried to do a rod switch before killing the ice head and then just missed it. That always sucks. Didn't realize he hadn't switched, so he still killed the head.
If you mess up on your counts on that one too, it's sometimes tricky to keep track of because the fire rod can do a little extra damage.
Oh, Quake flips the turtles. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Chat hasn't decided. I'll let chat decide before I be amazed with that knowledge that was just dropped.
I don't think Quake flips them. Maybe it kills them once they're flipped.
That would be cool.
Yeah, if you could just Quake
and it
bomb
sounds
those.
like it sounds like it makes sense.
It does. I'm not denying that at all.
Oh, and Schwartz is also opting to go and get
This chest.
the chest in Escape, which Edge skipped over. Which unfortunately we know he doesn't need to get at this point.
It still could have been the mirror, so it's not a bad play. Alright, we're on our Ganon fight. Honestly, this time is still just fine for considering that how much time he lost not being up to find the top of the mountain. Like, had he had found that earlier, this would have been blazing fast. So
Oh yeah.
just goes to show he still played very well outside of that.
Yeah, for sure. And again, like I was just saying, there was a slow start to this as far as finding progression items. Even a while before they were really far into completing dungeons, so this is still a really good time. Like I think I even saw chat mentioning that. I think it was 40 something minutes, and I think only one of them had done the Thieves Town Crystal or something like that. It was something like,
Yeah,
they were just starting to do dungeons.
they get you like that. It's crazy. You're just looking around and then you're just like, oh my god, I've done nothing for an hour. I don't know what his health is. Okay, he's good. I thought he might have gotten double hit there.
Ooh, he almost fell. That scared me.
Hopefully he has a blue potion. I think he does. Yes.
He does.
Confirmed, Quake does not flip turtles.
Okay.
Does
I will
Quake kill the
erase that
turtles?
from my brain. Does it what, sorry?
Does it kill them?
I think that was also, no. That was also decided, even if they're flipped. It does not.
being a little pesky here. I think we got one more hit left.
I believe so, yeah.
In 2 seconds. Oh well, spoiler.
And
He
that
did
will
not
be
fall.
GG for Edge.
GG.
I think we waited long enough there. Good job.
I tried. It's hard. We were on Edge for, you know, a good half hour. Like, where's it gonna be? Then you want to tell me you want me to wait a couple seconds once I find it? Get out of here.
And if I'm not mistaken, this also goes against a lot of people's expectations of this one.
Yes, yes. I do believe Schwarz was picked, but hey, that just goes to show in Randomizer, you never know what's going to happen. And I feel like that's going to be the case throughout the tournament.
Oh, yeah. Especially with entrance show. Oh my, that's a long name for Sahasrara. Especially for, I haven't seen that one before. Shot. I'm not gonna try. Especially for entrance shuffle, like we've seen throughout this tournament. So many matches that were just back and forth the whole time.
Yeah. And it's that, you know, weird little entrance shuffle quip, and you're just like, who's gonna figure it out first?
Stopped after Edge. Oh, okay. Oh, I guess Edge has decided to stop, is what I'm being told.
Yeah, Schwarz,
oh, yeah, sorry, Schwarz. That's what I mean. That's what I I was already reading the message about Edge, so
Schwarz, I think that's something I've seen him do before, so. I don't necessarily blame him either. At that point, he's kind of already seen the layout of what's going to happen next. So
yeah.
There wasn't too many surprises that could be left.
Yeah, at that point, you've got a good idea of where things are going. And it was a rough one, so I could understand being ready to stop at that point.
Stumped. That's a that's a good description right there. That could have been a good freeze frame.
Pull up the stream here. Twitch.
And is Edge joining us? I keep hearing like another voice. I don't know if that's someone coming on or.
I haven't heard anything.
Oh, okay.
It's nice to know that I'm not the only one with voices in my head, though. I thought it was just me.
Oh, I switched audio over to Edge's stream so I could listen to the end of game music because I'm so cool like that. And I think he's talking. That's what it is. So I am hearing his voice. I was right on that, but he's not talking to me.
You better have immediately thrown him a follow as well. He deserved it.
I think I've already followed everyone involved in this, but hey, which reminds me.
Follow Ack the Boker.
I don't know if there's a tracking command like they're. Give me back my tracking command.
They said they got rid of it.
Oh, who is tracking? I don't even know. Oh wait, was SM tracking?
I think SM might have been tracking.
Oh, okay. And SM
I can't vouch for your tracking because I didn't look at it, but I'm gonna say you did a great job. Also, thanks for commentating with me.
Yeah, thank you. This was super fun. I mean, this is always fun, but yeah, I really enjoyed commentating with you. It's a good time.
Oh, I'm not in the Discord channel or the IRC to see if anything's going down.
Hi.
Oh,
Hello.
Hello.
That answers my question. GG, man. Great race.
Thanks.
How are you feeling?
I am feeling great. I was sort of panicked there at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Whenever you managed to find your way on top of the mountain, give us some thoughts on what was going through your mind.
I didn't want to go to Ice Palace, and I kept wanting to not go to Ice Palace. And there, I'm like, there's a play on top of Death Mountain where if I can get up there, that's Hera and potentially a castle, and that may be the unlock that I needed. And I wanted to find Ganon's tower because I figured that would solve the rest of my game.
Yeah, you certainly weren't wrong there.
Yeah, that was definitely the case.
I knew I had a great early game. I knew that I lucked into a lot of good items all throughout the beginning. Finding the sword in Link's Bonk Rock was a huge boon. I was a little bit on the fence about how long I delayed going to the Dark World, because you can play that seed going to the Dark World a lot earlier than I did.
Yeah, it was interesting. I felt like there was a delay in going to the Dark World, and also even kind of a delay in checking dungeons. We actually saw quite a few of what certain dungeons were from Schwartz checking them, but it seemed to really work out in your favor because he often wasn't ready to do them when he saw them, whereas when you were going to them for the first time, by the time you got there, you had what you needed. And I'm interested in what your thought process was as you were going through, and because that overworld exploration really helped, really made a big difference in this.
Well, the mushroom ended up being rather important because the mushroom and flippers sent me to Zora, and Zora didn't give me anything, but clearing that, I wanted to get the mushroom done before I hit the Dark World because I didn't want to have to go back to a potion shop in the Dark World, and that sent me to Zora. I decided to go left instead of right, going to Desert Scout before going to the right side to get Ice Rod, to the Ice Rod cave where I picked up something important. Did I get both gloves on the Ice Rod path?
Oh, so Ice Rod Cave was in what I always call Generous Guy Cave, the one that usually has the thief with the 5 items, right? And I think the second, yeah, you got the Titan's Mitt there.
Yeah, because I didn't have any.
Or no, sorry, the glove.
I didn't have any gloves when I was going left, and I'd already done the dam. So I hit the dam and then went to the desert, and desert didn't have anything. But then both gloves and mitts were on the right side track. And then I went to Hobo. I feel like I should have checked Ice Palace dungeon location way before I did. If that was Ganon's tower, I would have been lost. I died. I felt that if I had a good early game and I was a little bit ahead out of the early game, then when I hit pod and just messed up on the dark room, that would have set me back even or behind. And then I checked so much of the overworld, and I'm thinking about going up to Death Mountain. I'm thinking if this is the right play and I find it and he doesn't, this wins me the game, or else. But if he's already found it, this is over.
Right.
That's actually really accurate to how everything played out. And if you want to watch the VOD too, Schwarz actually did opt to check early Dark World, whereas you had went up the mountain and found all of those nice progression items.
There was a lot of stuff on the mountain. The hook shot. I knew I went up to the mountain and found the hook shot. It was the mirror. I went to the Death Mountain because I didn't have the mirror. If I have the mirror, I go to Dark World right there.
Right.
Right. Yeah, and it was that Death Mountain exploration did seem to start sort of the gap between you two that we saw form. Although I will say that towards the end, I think Schwartz started to definitely close the gap, but not enough, obviously. Because for a while it seemed like there was a really big gap because of you having thoroughly checked Death Mountain early on and getting all those items.
If I looked for a little bit further way up to the top of Death Mountain right there, but I didn't find it immediately. I think I play that game really well if I find the top of Death Mountain. I ended up, I think, getting to the Dark World Spike Cave and the other chest, and then going going on with my routing.
Right. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering exactly where all the caves went, because there's a lot of caves and they're all shuffled up, but I believe the cave that does take you up was the one with
It was the
Titan's Mitt rocks in front of it, which I think might
Yeah,
have also
it's
been
the
a
seven chest
factor.
cave.
Right.
You go in and you immediately get the 7 chests, and that's your it sort of drops you out at a new location, because you don't know where you're coming out right then.
Mhm.
And I attempted to do a bomb jump over the gap, just because I wanted to check, but I failed my bomb jump, and then I'm like, well, I'm just going out here because this is taking me somewhere new, and that was sort of the end of the thought.
Right.
I've taken to just hopping in and out of all of the caves as I sort of begin to explore Death Mountain, because it's really a confusing place, and it gets even more confusing if you don't have a lantern. And there's all of these dark rooms, and one of the dark rooms might be the path up the mountain, and if you know that's the case, then you need a lantern to get up there, so like you can sequence break it, but how useful is that? And there's also the chance that it's not you can't make it up there, I think. At least to the right side, it could be you could have a drop down that requires a mirror, or that basically just requires a mirror.
Yeah, that's it was tough for us to even track it if you could get up there.
So yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So you didn't think that there was a way up?
I almost failed my Ganon. I could not get that rod lit up. I spent 4
yeah, we did notice that, but you're at the end and no one got done.
On that note, I think we need to be heading off. I'm just seeing now.
All right.
Because this, so next on the channel is going to be, on this channel here, Randomizer Mania, is a Dragon Warrior Randomizer pre-tournament show, which is what we're kind of cutting into now. So that's why we got to get going. Yeah, so thank you everyone for watching. GG, Edge, and Schwartz.
Yeah, great runs, guys. Thanks for the entertainment.
Yep. Thanks for commenting. I will see you on another race.
Mm-hmm. And the next race for this tournament is going to be on Speed Gaming 2. I'm assuming at 9. I don't have the schedule open, but I'm assuming there's a bit of time before it starts. Yeah. But yeah, so we'll be heading off then. Thank you so much for commentating with me.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for the great runs.
Thank you guys, and we will see you later.